no spirit will enter into your house. End of story. The only time that a spirit will enter into your house is when he wants to warn you, or when one of your beloveds sent him. But when he is sent from one of your other, and you will see these things are going to happen in time. When you evolve, or not evolve, when you advance a bit further. And then you will see that you will be able to communicate with others in a sort of like telepathy. Don't rush these things. You only, beloveds, when the biggest mistake you can make is to think outward. I want to be able to do this. So, when you place your life in God's hands, then everything that God gives unto the different members is by His grace, because there's space for Him to place something within you. Beloved, when a glass is filled with something, you can't put anything out in there. You have to empty yourself. And that is why when you go inward, when you're not interested in everything outward, when you go inward, when you have peace, then God can work with you. When you become childlike. And beloveds, it's very difficult. The most difficult thing there is on the planet is to become childlike. Is to really, really put your life in God's hands. To trust Him. And let Him be the power through you. Let Him be the light through you. So, when these things happen, beloved, you go into a spiritual state where you move in other realms, where you move in a different consciousness. And the most dangerous thing that you were taught through the years was theories of things. You're a part of the body of Christ. You are a member, and you do things this way and you do things that way. It has to dawn on you that you are the Son of God. Beloved, go read in the Bible everything they said to Jesus and place yourself in that position. When they said to Jesus, don't we say correctly when we say that you're a Samaritan and you have a devil? And what did He say? He said, no, you have the devil. He said, you the seed of Abraham. You say you're the seed of Abraham. But if you were the seed of Abraham, you would have heard me. Beloved, don't look at a picture of 2025 years ago. Look at yourself, because there never was a physical Jesus. Ask any scientist, true scientist. There's no proof of a physical Jesus. Their proof is the Bible, and the Bible is spiritual. So, when you talk about this Jesus, or you read about this Jesus, you must see yourself. Because you have to go to the cross. You have to ascend into higher heavens. You have to serve Father. You have to become the mediator. Beloveds, when you read about Jesus, you read about Paul, read about John, read about all these characters, and you'll see that's when you were still in the world. Remember when Jesus said to them in John 16, when He said, be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. So, what is Peter and Paul and not Paul? What is Peter and John and everybody else then? Matthew and all the others. What were they then? They were in the world, isn't it? Father, I pray not that they take them out of the world. You see? So what does that mean? So when you read, go read John 17, beloveds. When you read and stop and think. But then they must be in the world, isn't it? They are the world. All the worlds thou hands have made, Father. That's the worlds that God has made. So when you start seeing these things, beloved, I want you to start realizing how far God is running with you, how far God is uplifting you. And don't worry if you don't understand it fully. It's going to depend on yourself how much you focus and how much you love God and how much you love this truth.
Apostle, can I ask you something, please?
Yes, sister.
Worlds, all the worlds they have made.
Yes.
Aren't you a world, I'm a world, we all are worlds.
Of course. That's
we
exactly.
see it like that.
Yes, sister. No, that's not how I see it. That's how it is.
So, when we say die wêreld daar buite,
ja.
Dis nie wêreld daar, dis ek is die wêreld en ons almal is die wêreld.
Dis reg.
Daar buite is en okay, alright.
That's 100%, sister.
That's not how we learned. We weren't learned that all these people were characters.
Yes, but
we learned that they were people.
Yes.
You see,
that's right.
So many wrong ideas in my head. And the same thing is, they always used to say, you must never say God. You can never be God.
Yes.
Wanneer jy nou getuig, moenie vir die mens, jy kan nie sê God, jy is God nie. God is in jou, maar jy is nie God nie.
Yeah.
That's how we would.
You couldn't say you were Jesus, sister.
Ja, hoor jy, al die dingetjies wat verkeerd was, sien ek nou hier en regte laat.
But
so I can't blame my kids if they also still think wrong.
Yes, sister. So it's not a you know, sister, it's not a question of forgiving anybody. I don't want you to think of it that way, because then you're not going to forgive them. Because then you're going to hold it against them. Because there's no thing as forgiveness. There's a higher level of consciousness. If you want to forgive somebody, ascend into a higher level where there is no such thing as anger.
Yeah.
Okay? So, whatever they did, if you didn't know that, you would not have been prepared for where you are now. Remember that. So God used them. There was no people, beloved, involved in any of this. God used the instruments to work through, to create you into what you are becoming now. Whatever instruments He used, if you were in some other town, you would have had another priest. If you were somewhere, wherever, you had to be taught the way you were through who you were taught. And that was, don't see those people. That's why I told you, when you pray, when I used to sit in church and a silent prayer, I used to say, Father, speak to me. And I promise you, I had a case, not once, where the priest, he went to sit down. Because he couldn't handle it. So the other priest had to take over. And because, beloved, the forces you are working with is the creator of the universe. You have to understand this. And that's why when you see a Peter, when you see a John, when you see a Paul, when you see a Jesus, it is those who think alike. They become one flesh. That's why Jesus said, you are my flesh and you my bones. And that's something I want to, if I remember tomorrow, I want to tell you about those things, Adam and Eve, the ribs and the flesh and the bones. So, when you are the flesh, you are my flesh and my bones, then we are one body. What is one flesh? Isn't it? When you marry your wife or your husband, you become one flesh, one mind, one thought, one understanding. Where you used to do your things and she used to do her things, now you get together and you sort things out. And why I do that is because one must be soft. Sometimes if both are hard, they will never gel. If the one has sharp points and the other one's soft and they rub against each other, those points will just fit in eventually. The one will have more pain than the other, but it will gel at the end. And then, beloveds, we become that one body. That is Jesus Christ. Peter is the rock whereupon God built his church. Now, that isn't one person. It's Peter, Paul, John the Baptist. Who is John the Baptist? Isn't that the deacon? The one, the evangelist? Isn't that the angel Gabriel? That is the deacon. In that heaven, the angel Gabriel. That's who he is. How do you see Joseph? Joseph, the father of Jesus. David, the father of Jesus. You can bring those things together. We'll do all those things. But you can't see it as a human, as a person, as an individual. It's many members, one body. If I create you, if I believe Jesus is a physical being, and I create you into that image, then you will be one of my flesh. You will be that person, the one that is. There's darkness, isn't it? That's death. So I create you into my image. Jesus, God breathed into Adam's nostrils and he became a living soul. That is the church. So the one starts understanding and they break bread, and the other one starts understanding and they understand. That's why it's so important to break bread. And you just keep talking and beloveds, I can tell you something. There's so much division amongst you now. And don't let it go too far. See each other for what you are. See each other as chosen from God. See your brother, see your sister, see your deacon, see your priest. See your priest, see your deacon. Don't see ek sien nou wat Oendal. Jy weet Oendal dit and this one this and this one that and Potas this and you know, Ruvan this and beloved, let me tell you something. You will see I'm never going to fight with you against that. I can help you. And I can tell you how it is. But I see all you do. God reveals it all to me. And I can't fight with you. Because I'm telling you, follow me. If you command me, we'll follow you if you command us. Nobody will enter the kingdom of God if I command you. You have to understand what I'm telling you. You have to understand the peace and the love of Creator coming to you, wanting to save you. And that's why I'm telling you, see what is around you. See what is God doing. You are a finger. If you have an attitude, you are saying, I'm a finger and I can survive without you. I'm a hand, I can survive without the body. You can't. That shows that you don't understand what you're doing. And if you say you love God, beloveds, then you will work very, very hard to attain souls for God. Because, beloved, if you leave this body and you didn't do what God told you to do, you're not going to be in the kingdom of God. You're going to return to the astral and it's going to be 10 times worse. And I'm not threatening you. I'll never threaten you. If I threaten you, then I will give you advice. What can happen and what won't happen and what will happen. So start seeing Christ within each other, beloveds. Start loving one another. Start loving those who must come to this path. And I don't say that now you must lay in front of everybody and let everybody walk over you. That's the last thing I want. You're the sons of God. But you do things for Father. You do things to build this house for God. Because, beloved, if we don't get this structure built and we leave this body, it's going to be a disaster. Believe me, in my eyes. Because there's nobody that knows what you know. Beloved, if you want to do yourself a favor, go to church on Sunday. Go see what you hear. Go see what you hear, what they teach you. I don't think you're going to sit there for long. And then, beloved, you see those beloveds sitting there being fed with death. And you know, I started crying. I just wanted to hold everybody and love everybody and protect everybody against themselves. Because I truly, truly loved them. And now you see them sitting there and they're being fed with death. And they're so innocent. And there's some of them, like this deacon that spoke to me again today, with the gifts and stuff. So he needs help. He needs to get to the body where he can survive, where he can live. He needs food because he was taught spiritually. And now that Christ child is formed within him. But now I see many of the beloveds, they want to stay there because they're officers. And that's going to mean their death. Because that's exactly what happened to the rich man. When Jesus said, sell what you have and follow me. And he didn't want to. No, I can't give up my apostleship or my priestship or my overseership or my deaconship. That's all I have. And that's why I say, sometimes the sister of the deacon, of the priest say, no, you can't leave your office. We move in these circles. You're moving in not circles up there. You're moving in circles down there. So it's very important to think wisely, let God run with you. Let God reveal His wisdom and His light to you. For the love you must have for these people. For them to come here and nurture them and uplift them. And give them what you have. Beloved, that's what it means to love God. It's not something you say. Even if you say it, beloved, don't even say it. Do it. Show me your works by your deeds. That's how you love God. You love God. Love God in your brother and your sister and your deacon and your priest. Love God that way. Don't see those fleshly, because they all have personalities and they're all full of nonsense. Especially these, because they're very evolved spirits. Those who are humble are extremely humble. Those who are cheeky are extremely cheeky. It's just the way it is. And you're going to have to get used to it. Some are naughty, some are not. But, beloveds, see past the flesh. And when you start seeing past the flesh, then you will start recognizing spirits. You will start recognizing God. You will start recognizing the deacon. You will start recognizing your brothers and your sisters and the spirits in your children and the spirits in those you have to call. Love. The Creator, beloveds, the Creator of everything that exists is working through you or trying to work through you. But you must become a channel for Him. When you start doing things your way, it's blocked. And then when it's blocked, you're blind. And when you're blind, you can't see. And that's why when you start seeing, beloveds, then you'll start seeing things. Then the prophet will be there. Then the visions will be there. Then the dreams will be there. Then your child is going to school or to university, or somebody's don't leave the house. Why not? No, there's going to be an accident. Or just wait an hour. Or don't go out today. That's who we are. That's the Father that created us. That's the Father that's working with us, beloved. And for as long as we are allowing the mind to control us, all that heavenly glory is gone. All that wisdom is gone. So that's why, beloved, when Christ comes, listen to what you read and understand. When Christ comes, it's like lightning from east to west. There's wars and signs of wars. Eh? Everybody's fighting against everybody. Look what's happening in the church now. It's wars. And with you, obviously. So that's why, beloveds, let us continue with this tomorrow. But I want you to know that your journey is inward. That's why everything, even in meditation, when you make a sound, it's outward, it's not good. Everything you hear, that's why, as I said before, the choir practice and all that was fantastic. But you're just a bit further than that now. We don't hold on to things, natural things anymore. We want to see that prophet. We want to see that song. We want to live that song. How great thou art. I come to the garden alone, while the dew is still on the roses. And I hear the voice of my Father. And it's so sweet, like angels. That dew on the roses. What does that mean, beloveds? What is the garden? That's what I want us to see. That's where I want us to be. In that garden, in life, in light. Channel for God. Open up. Let God speak through you. Become that son again. When you read there, what you can be, like the sister said, each one is a world. That's the world you have to overcome within yourself. That's the world you have to overcome in others. Because you have to see God within them. Because that's what Jesus said. He said Jesus treated everybody. He appeared to man as man. He appeared to the angels as angels. And everybody see him as a normal man. Even in this, when you listen, I'm not even talking about the physical, beloveds. I'm talking about the spiritual. You're listening to Christ speaking to you, but you still cannot see it's God. You can't. Because Jesus said, and he made his disciples great for them to see his greatness. And if you allow God to make you great, you will see his greatness. When God enlightens you, you'll see his light. Thank you, beloved. We'll continue with this tomorrow.